tonight. Welcome everybody. So glad you're on tonight. It's just always so fun to see everyone's faces. And obviously this week for you guys who are new is a little bit of a different call. So a little bit of a smaller group here tonight, just because tonight we are going to be talking about Emerald and what does Emerald mean. And so for those of you who are new here, we're going to kind of dive into that in just a second. But I kind of just wanted to first off say thank you for being on. Team calls are so powerful. If you're a brand new coach, I know that I see several new coaches on here. Team calls are so powerful. And, you know, I think sometimes people are like, oh, I'll just listen to the recording. It's no big deal. But there's just something about seeing everybody's faces. Like for me, it's this constant reminder of, hey, we're a part of a bigger community. And so even though sometimes it may not even be a topic that feels like, oh, I really need that, I promise you're always going to walk away with something. And you know, if you're on here and you're listening and you're doing something on your phone, that doesn't bother us. Like just being here and seeing each other, that's what's important. So I just want to encourage you to anything that you can plug into. The early morning Zoom workouts. I know that they don't work for everyone's schedule. Working out in the morning does not work best for everybody. And I 100% believe that. But just know that like that's there even for you to hop on and work. I know Kelly's been like getting on there and working a lot in the morning. Several girls have. They're working and then during lunchtime, they're doing their workouts, like whatever works for you, but just know that that space is there. If you're ever just want to get up early and want to knock some stuff out. Again, it's just all these little pieces of the community that I believe are really, really powerful. The action hours. I'm going to be posting the schedule for this week. It's all on the calendar. So if you're ever curious, everything for the month is on the calendar pinned at the top in the team page. We have 2 action hours this week. We've really tried to make sure that we have an action hour for women who stay home or they're able to get on during the day, and also have an action hour for women who work. So we try to either make it early morning or at night. Some of them are like 8 p.m. Some of them are like 5:30, just kind of depending on. So again, like trying to make at least one of the action hours. Those are really powerful. They're literally just prompts through what almost like a power hour would look like. And so especially if you're a new coach, they're really good because they kind of keep you on track. Like even for myself, sometimes I'll just pull one up like a recording. There's a ton of them in the Beachbody Champions page, which if you're not a member of that Facebook group, go join. It's run by the Team Beachbody corporate team. But I'll just pull those up and, you know, it'll be going and it's a recording. It's from months ago, but it's still exactly what we're doing here and every day. And it just that prompting kind of helps me stay on track. So plug into those things. I really do believe that this community is one of the most powerful things we have. And I do believe that it sets our team apart in so many ways. And so plug into it. I mean, I know that all of us, especially heading into these winter months where, you know, we're not necessarily able to go out to the playground and take the kids or whatever, you know, be out and about as much. Like it's nice to just be able to get on here and see other women's faces and kind of plug in. So plug into the community because it is so powerful. So tonight we're going to be talking about Emerald. So I know some of you just went through the new coach mentorship. Some of you guys maybe finished it up a few months ago. But tonight we're going to break down what exactly is an Emerald coach and kind of how you can get to Emerald. Tonight is probably going to be a shorter call because this is not going to be something super, it's not a super deep topic, but we're just going to kind of cover off on first what is an Emerald coach. And then I want to talk about and give you guys some ideas on how you can easily get to Emerald. And then if any of the other leaders here want to just serve up any ideas or things that have been working for them on recruiting, they can also do that as well. So hopefully by now, all of you have gone through the new coach mentorship. Maybe you've got a few clients that you're working with, 1, 2, 3, whatever. You've started kind of sharing about coaching with other people as far as coaching them, right? Like a client, you're helping them. And this is so powerful. I mean, what we do is so powerful, helping people get results in their health and fitness. Like it is, I mean, it's a family life changer, right? Like it's not just, you know, the one person you're helping, it's also their family and their kids. And it really can trickle into so many different areas of their life. And it's really, really powerful. And the coaching side of things is as well. And I think sometimes like, you know, you come into this business and you're really passionate about helping people get healthy, right? And like that for me was what got me here. And that's what I'm still passionate about. But over time, I've become honestly more passionate about helping other women build a business like I've built, because I'm passionate about helping them, you know, whether that's make some extra money to take their family on trips or a vacation, or maybe just to make extra money to be able to pay their health insurance every month. Or maybe it's that they just want to be able to, you know, buy their kids some extra clothes. I've had coaches who have literally said, we were able to decide on having a third baby because of my coaching side hustle and the fact that like it was going to bring in enough income to where we could have a third baby. Like that's huge to me. Like that is amazing to know that like coaching has made that possible, right? And just really, really cool. And so for me, that has become my passion, is like, I want to help other women do what I've done. Some of you might be on here and you're here for the community. Some of you might be on here and you're here because you do need that side hustle. You do need that extra income to come in. Some of you are on here because you're like, hey, in 3 years, I'd love to be able to leave my full-time job and be home full-time with my kids. So everyone on here has different goals, and all of those things are important, and all of those goals have a place here. And I think that's the beauty of this team, is that, you know, we're not all the same. We don't all have the same goals within this, but we want to build a team. We want to build a client base. We want to help people, and we want to serve people. And so hopefully by now you've started to kind of get a few people. So we're going to talk about the next step, which is Emerald. So once you get to a place where you're hitting Success Club consistently, maybe you've only hit it the first month or two, or maybe you're just now a success starter, you really want to start thinking about how can you get to Emerald. Basically what Emerald is the first ranking within the business side. So you've been really focused on bringing in clients, and you want to continue to do that, right? Like that's important. It's the bread and butter of our business. That's what we do. That's why we signed up to be coaches, because we're passionate about helping people in their health, right? So you want to continue to do that, but at the same time, you kind of want to keep, it's like, I always tell people, it's like what is it? Pat your head and rub your belly at the same time. It's almost like that, of like, you're serving people, you know, you're helping them in your health and fitness, but then you're starting to think about this coaching side over here too, right? Like, okay, how can I maybe start to bring on some coaches and help them do what I'm doing? So, you know, our mission statement says that we want to help people, serve them, love them, but we want to help people. And that's how I look at this. It's like, I can only help a certain amount of people. So all of a sudden, you know, if I'm helping 5 people a month, and, you know, Madison's helping 3 people a month, and Aaron's helping 5 people a month, or 3 people a month, or, you know, whatever, like we're all helping 3-5 people, all of a sudden, it's not just 5 people who got served and helped and started their health and fitness journey. It's 200 people, because you guys are out there doing it, right? Like I can't do this by myself. That's why I'm so passionate about it, is because I started this business because I was passionate about helping people in health and fitness. And as I started to grow that passion, I started thinking, hey, I want other women to be a part of this, because your coaches are going to be the people who are probably the most committed to it. That's just the truth of the matter. Like, who are the people that jump on the morning Zooms? Even though we all open it up to our clients and beg our clients to be on, who are the people that hop on every single morning? Coaches. Because you guys are the most committed. You're the most committed in your health and fitness journey. You're the most committed like in showing up and getting your workouts in the morning. You're most committed in drinking your Shakeology and your Energize and your Performance Line, and sharing your journey with people and inspiring and encouraging other people. And that is why you became a coach. And if you were a client before, you probably became a coach because you became passionate about inspiring other people as you were doing it. You were showing up every day and you saw your coach and you're like, man, like I want to do what they do, right? And you know, like I said, for me, it's a little different because I've been in the business for so long at this point that my main focus now is really my coaches and helping my coaches. But no matter what, no matter how long I'm here, like helping a few clients every single month get started on their health and fitness journey is always going to be the bread and butter of what we do. And so, you know, that's kind of part of what being a coach is. And so when we start to think about being an Emerald coach and starting to think about people who might want to join us, it's not about, hey, I want to build my business necessarily in the sense of like, I want to build me, or I want to get to this point. I really think about it as like, hey, how can I start to build this community? You know, that's what you're doing. You're building a community of people. You're building your own little business. You're building your own little team of people to go out and help people. You can't do it by yourself. And if you try to do it by yourself, it's going to be exhausting and it's going to be lonely. And it's not like, if you're not plugging into this community or plugging into the community of people that you've kind of helped start to create, like, you're going to be lonely in doing this, because working on an island by yourself is exhausting. But that's the beauty of starting to build your own team. And I always tell my coaches that. I'm like, you love coaching your challengers, wait until you have coaches on your team. That's when the fun really starts to happen. Like, when you get, you know, women around your table outside, and, you know, I had some girls over a few weeks ago and we just had hot tea out on my porch, and like, we were just laughing the whole entire time. But like, when you start to see that happen and you start to see that kind of community happen, that's when you get really, really excited, because I have some incredible friends, y'all. Like, I'm so thankful and blessed for the women in my community and my small group. But there is something still different about my community of coaches and the community of the friendships that I have here, because what makes it really different is that you guys love Jesus and we're all sisters in Christ, but you're also really passionate about health and fitness. And when you have amazing friends in your life, you can have a million things in common, but if they aren't really passionate about health and fitness, there's always that thing that's kind of like, you do feel like it's kind of missing a little bit. Whereas with you guys, like, it's just so cool to have friends that love Jesus, but they're so passionate about health and fitness. And there's just something really powerful and exciting about that. And so what we're going to talk about tonight, I promise we're getting to the point here, is Emerald, and how that really is the first step in creating a community and creating your team and creating, you know, what you want your vision to look like. And so as you start to think about growing your team, you start to think about hitting Emerald, let's just talk about really quick the different ranks. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just draw you guys a really simple picture. This is nothing fancy and I'm not an artist, but we're going to try to go with this. Okay, so we're going to pretend, hopefully this isn't going to be backwards for you guys. This says you at the top. So if it's backwards, I'm sorry, but this says you, okay? So what I want you guys to imagine, so how this business kind of works is, I'm going to just draw a little leg up here. So let's just say that, I'm just going to call someone out here. Let's just say, I'm looking at all these different people and I know where they're all placed in my downline. So I'm like, who can I pick on? Let's just say Anna Bay here. So I'm up here, right? Like, draw another circle right above that line. If you guys can even see that line, draw another circle right here. That's me, right? And under me, this is Anna Bay. Under Anna Bay, she's got this leg, which is basically my leg, but it keeps going and she can sign up coaches on it. And then she's going to have her other leg kind of coming off of my leg. Does that make sense? Like, I'm up here, I've got my right leg, my left leg, and she's kind of down here. She's on my leg. She's one of my coaches on my leg. So she's got her own weak leg. That's what this is called, her weak leg. It's called her weak leg because she's building it by herself. Does that make sense? This leg right here is her strong leg because it's a leg that's coming off of me. So that is why it is her strong leg. I can still place coaches here. I might place a coach here. She may place a coach there. I may place a coach here. She may place a coach here. Those coaches that are my coaches that I place there are not her coaches, but she gets the volume from those coaches. Does it make sense? The two, like, let's say that 2 of those 4 coaches I just drew, 2 of those coaches are hers because she signed them up, but 2 of those coaches are mine because I signed them up. I'm still placing coaches on that leg that she's on, so she's going to get the volume from that. So you're going to have your weak leg and your strong leg. For every single one of you guys, this is going to be a different leg. So for some of you guys, your weak leg might be your left leg. For some of you, your weak leg may be your right leg. And that's where you're going to have to talk to your coach and ask them, which leg is my weak leg? Which leg is my right leg? You may be able to tell depending on your volume on each leg. You may not be able to tell. So it's always just good to double check with your upline before you sign anyone up as a coach to say, hey, which leg is my weak leg? Which is my strong leg? Where do I need to be placing coaches? I have conversations with my coaches about this all the time. You really want to be careful because once you sign a coach up, you cannot move them after 5 days. You have 5 days of a grace period to move them, but after that 5 days is up, it's gone. So that person is stuck there, okay? So that's why you want to make sure that you chat with your coach. You always want to place your first coach, if it's not like your spouse, which we'll talk about in just a second, your spouse or maybe your mom or someone where you kind of maybe control that account. You always want to place that person, your spouse or your, boyfriend or your mom or whoever, you always want to place them on your weak leg. And you always want to place your first new coach on your right leg. So to be an Emerald coach, this is what Emerald is. Emerald is just, I'm going to have to redraw this over here for just a second because you guys are like, this drawing is getting hot mess. I'll look super quick. Emerald just means that you have a coach on your left leg and a coach on your right leg. So to be an Emerald coach, you just literally need 2 coaches. I have a girl, I'm going to be giving her a shout out this week, Kinsey Johnson. She had a coach sign up last week who really just kind of wanted the discount. She was like, hey, I want to sign up as a discount coach. So she put that coach on her strong leg, and she then signed her husband up as a coach and put him on her weak leg. And we'll talk about your spouse and all that good stuff in just a second. But when you have that first coach, you want to make sure that they're going on your strong leg. Our recommendation is that you do think about signing your spouse or your boyfriend or, maybe your mom or someone where you can control that account and I should specify, it would have to either be your spouse or a parent or a child. It cannot be like your brother or anything like that in order for you to be paying the coach business fee for that account. So you have to make sure that it has to pretty much just be like your spouse or your parent. So why would you sign up your spouse? So I told you guys earlier that whenever you sign someone up, you cannot move them after 5 days. So it's a huge benefit in your business to have your husband at the top of your weak leg down line. So I'll use myself as an example. I signed Brian up as a coach when I first started this business 6.5 years ago. I signed him up once I had another person. So there's no reason to sign your husband up until you have that other person who's ready to sign up. Because otherwise you're paying the $15 a month and you're having to keep them active. And it's really you just really don't have to do that. You don't need to do that until you're going to be Emerald. Does it make sense? So this is something you would do once you have a person who's like, hey, I'm ready to sign up. And then it's like my friend Kinsey, she signed her girl up, put her on her strong leg, and then she signed her husband up, put him on her weak leg. There was just no reason for her to sign him up yet until she had that other person. Now she's going to be Emerald. But the reason that it's really good is that once you get to a point where you're hitting Success Club 5 or 10 every single month, you are going to then want to send all of your orders through your husband's account. You could even send your orders that are just Beachbody On Demand or like digital unlocks, things like that. You could send those through his account. So when I started this business 6.5 years ago, like I said, signed my husband up. And then once I hit Success Club every month, Success Club 5, I would send all of my orders through his account, because all of a sudden, instead of I would make the commission in his account from that challenge pack, which is like $50. And then I would get a team cycle bonus. So for every 300 in personal volume, you get 1 team cycle bonus. So this is where it gets a little bit confusing. So you guys just hang with me. There is a great YouTube video you guys can watch about team cycle bonuses, because team cycle bonuses are a little confusing. But basically, for every 200 volume and 100 of volume on a legs, so I'm going to draw this out again. So let's just say that you're a coach and you have a coach here underneath one of your legs. Let's just say, I'm trying to think of someone, let's just say for me, Brian's on this leg, and let's just say Erin was over here on this leg. She's not, but let's just say. So Brian sold a challenge pack this week, a 220 volume challenge pack. Okay. The $220 one that has Shakeology and the performance line and all that good stuff. So he's got 200 in personal volume over here. Everything we sell, if you guys go and look, it says $220 under, so it'll say like 200 PV. It'll say what the PV for that item is. We do have a full list. It says all of the volumes as well. It's on the back office. For every 200, so he got 200 over here. Well, I've got this discount coach over here, and she bought Shakeology, which is 90 PV, and she also bought Energize this month. So she's just a discount coach, but she still had 100 PV. So all of a sudden, that's 300, right? So I get 1 team cycle bonus. So 200, 100. This can flip flop. You know, the next week it could be her having 200 and him having 100. Or let's say this week he's got 600 and she's got, you know, 300. Well, all of a sudden I just team cycled, what's that? I can't even think right now. 3 times. So all of a sudden I team cycled 3 times. You can, all you have to do is divide this by 100 and then you know what it is. But, so I team cycled 3 times. As an Emerald coach, it is $14 per team cycle bonus. As a Diamond coach, it is $18 per team cycle bonus. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, I know. But when you start to get coaches underneath of you, that turns into a lot of money. So you get 3 times $18. Well, that was money that you wouldn't have made before. So whereas before, if I sold a challenge pack and I sold them all through my account, I'm just getting the commission. But if Brian's over here, he's getting those team cycle bonuses. So all of a sudden, you know, instead of making $50 off of a challenge pack, I made $64 off of a challenge pack. So again, doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, you're here in this business for 3-4 years, and it really, really starts to accumulate. Can you use the same bank account for 2 coaching accounts? Yes. So they have a rule that you can have up to 2 accounts on the same debit card or same bank account. So yes, it's the rule is always you plus 2. And Beachbody's very serious about this. They will come after you. They will cancel accounts if people don't do it correctly. So they're very sticklerish about this. They don't want people just signing people up as coaches. That's why companies like other companies have gotten shut down, is because they just have signed up anybody and everybody as a coach, and they've done it incorrectly. I mean, literally, we were on a leadership call a couple weeks ago, and they're like, there are people who will have literally signed up their dogs as a coach to try to like hit ranks. It's crazy. But anyways, that's besides the point. So you can have you plus 2. So this just kind of goes to show you guys how in the long run. So total transparency, now at this point in the business, most months Brian and I make about an extra $500 to $600 a month, literally from his account just being there. He doesn't sell anything through his account. It's just all from team cycle bonuses, and he just makes money through that account, even though he's not selling anything under that account. Does that make sense? So in the long run, even though in the short term, it's like, I don't want to sign them up. I don't want to spend the money to pay the $40 or buy a challenge pack, whichever one you decide to do. And I totally get that. And we're all about helping you guys do this in a way that's financially makes sense. We don't want you guys pumping money into something that but we would never recommend something that we haven't personally seen is like, it really is a game changer in your business long-term. And this can also help you. I mean, once you're Emerald and you start to push for Diamond, it can then help you get to 1-star Diamond eventually, which would mean with 1-star Diamond, you get to go to the new leader conference. And then obviously then it could be an account that you have that's Diamond for 2-star, which helps you open another business center. So there's a lot of strategy behind it. Is it beneficial to sign up a spouse later on in your business, or is it only beneficial to sign them up early on? Honestly, early on. First coach. Because here's the thing. You never know who you're signing up. So a good example is Patrice. She's one of my coaches. She's a 6-star Diamond coach. She has hit elite 3 times. She's 3-time elite. When I signed her up as a coach, I was 41 weeks pregnant with Emmeline. She was like, hey, I think I want to be a coach. Okay, cool. Here's the link. Like I was on my way to labor. Okay. I didn't know who this girl was. I didn't know anything about her. Like I didn't know she was going to be a top coach. If I would have waited and signed Brian up after her, I would be missing out on a lot now because she signed up after him. Does it make sense? Another good example is, so I have a very strong leg because I signed up with Michelle, and so where I am with Michelle Myers is my upline for anybody who was wondering. So she runs a ministry called She Works His Way. Some of you may have seen her before, but she's my coach. So when I signed up with her, after I signed up with her, she signed up a girl named Amber Kuiper. Well, Amber is on my strong leg because she signed up after me. So I get the volume from her. She's a 15-star diamond and her husband is like 10-star or something. Basically what I'm saying is like my volume on my strong leg is insane. Like I'm talking 450,000 or something like that. So I am at the point in my business where I don't really add a lot of people to my strong leg because I need to just be growing my weak leg, team cycle bonuses. Like there's tons of money on the table. I just need to grow my weak leg because I can get as many team cycle bonuses. Like that I don't need to help that leg. Does it make sense? Because it's got so much volume. So if I wouldn't have signed my husband up right when I became a coach before Amber signed up, he gets that team cycle that volume as well. So it's little things like that you don't know about. And you just never want to look back and be like, man, coulda, woulda, shoulda, like it would have been awesome if I would have signed them up before I signed up that girl and she ended up being one of my top coaches, because you just never know who's going to run with it. And you can never go back and place them at the top of your downline. It's like once you sign them up, it's done. So there is a benefit for people signing up with you early on if you're serious about growing this business. Like if someone really wants to get that volume, like there is benefit for them. There's even some coaches who are top coaches when they open new business centers, they'll do like hey, I'm opening a new business center. I'm looking for people who want to be at the top of my downline. They almost market it because it really is super beneficial for them. So that's kind of the why Emerald is so important. Yes, you can use the same account if it's your spouse. Yes. I think someone else asked a question. Okay, I think that was all the questions. Okay, so that kind of hits on, thinking about signing up your husband. Hitting Emerald is obviously the first rank in your business. So it's kind of that first stepping stone in your business. It's the first chance for your coach to get to shout you out. It's the first chance to kind of legitimize it and start to work towards diamond. For us really, Emerald, you guys know, like we've got our retreat happening in March. And it's Emerald and above. And really the reason is just because if we invited all of the coaches, I don't even think we could find a cabin big enough for a whole team if every single person came. But there obviously has to be some kind of like filtering of some sort just because we literally can't fit everybody. But it is just that first thing of like, hey, I'm really serious about growing the business side of it. And really like just your community in general. I have tons of coaches who are Emerald and they're not really pushing for diamond, and that's totally fine. They just have one discount coach and, they sign their husband up and they're working it that way. And that's totally fine. Like, you don't necessarily have to be like, oh, hey, I want to get to diamond tomorrow. This is just, really thinking about like you're signing your spouse up if it's something that you're serious about. And obviously with the income side of it as well. Getting to Emerald is just going to start to help you get those team cycle bonuses. So you're going to start to see some income growth pretty quickly once you do make that switch, especially for you who are consistently hitting Success Club. If you hit Success Club 5 in your main account, we actually on the boards that you guys see in the team page, we combine accounts. So when you see like, oh, Erin got Success Club 20, it could have been Erin had 5 in her account and 10 in her husband's account or something like that, or 10 and 10, whatever. And we combine them for the boards. So when you guys see that, you don't necessarily see that breakdown, but that is what's happening. Okay, I would love to take questions about Emerald. Anybody have anything? And again, I'm an open book about it. I just want to make sure I answer all of y'all's questions. Anybody? Okay. And Carly, actually, Carly, did you ever post that that we talked about earlier today?
I didn't post it. I didn't get to it, but
That's fine.
Madison texted me. So I did,
Oh,
I
perfect.
her, but I will, I can post that. Do you want me to
That
post
would
it on
be amazing.
the page or like in the,
Yeah, post it in the team page. So Carly had, and she can kind of speak to it in a second, but Carly has something that she does personally. So Carly, just for you guys who don't know, did you become a coach in March?
yeah, like middle, end of March.
Okay, that's what I thought. So Carly became a coach in middle end of March, right around the quarantine starting. And she is almost a diamond coach. She's literally one coach away, basically. And she's worked so hard this year. She's done an incredible job. But Carly has a lot of discount coaches on her team. Carly, do you want to just really quickly touch on kind of what you do and what's been working for you?
Sure. So what I do a lot of the times is I will, honestly, most of my coaches have been, um, clients. So like people who have been like my customers, and then I've turned into either like a preferred customer or a VIP customer, whatever, you call it, because it can be both. And then, or like a working coach. But what I typically do is like if somebody's signed up with me, and then once they're getting to like their first month, when they're going to be reordering Shakeology, I'll send them a message, just like kind of checking in with them and letting them know that their Shakeology order is going out, and that they can change their flavor and all that. But then I will then like ask them about the preferred customer option. So I have like a script that I send to those people, because a lot of the times, or I have seen a lot of the times, people will then upgrade, because they're wanting to get the Shakeology, and then they're not wanting to have to pay the full price. So they're pretty much, they can sign up for free, which I say this in the script, but they can sign up for free because they've already purchased a challenge pack. And then they don't pay the $15.95 the first month, they pay it the next month. So that has helped me a lot, because I didn't realize, like when I first started, that the importance of discount coaches. So I mean, you do need discount coaches too, especially at the beginning, when you're just like trying to get to Emerald and trying to get to Diamond. So that has helped a ton for me. And typically also, like when I'm just chatting with people about signing up, if they are like iffy about the cost in general, then I don't really say anything about the discount, because I don't want to overwhelm people with more, just like, more to have to pay the $15.95 every month. But if somebody is signing up and they're not even questioning the cost, like I will ask them about the discount option right away. And I have like a Google form that they fill out, that they tell me what flavors they want of everything. And right on there, it asks them to like, do you want to do the discount option? And also if they're like military or have a spouse that's military, because they get the fee waived. So those things have helped me personally, just get like those discount coaches.
I was on mute. Ashton said I sold her as a discount coach, and look at her now. I love it. No, I really did. She signed up as a discount coach, and then like a month ago, probably, she's decided to kind of, and I'm sure that like for her too, it's like, well, I'm already signed up as a coach, so it was probably easier to jump in as a actual working coach, just because she was already signed up as a coach. So it definitely makes the transition much easier. So I love that, Carly. Carly's going to share her script of what she sends on our team page. Is there an FAQ or something that talks through those details of what a discount coach is and how to sign them up? Yes. FYI too, and I don't even know who all knows this, because I just found out about it and I don't really know the details, so I really can't talk detailed about it, but we do have a preferred customer program coming. They just announced it at Leadership whenever that was last weekend. We don't really know details yet, but I know it's coming. I think it's going to be like they're signed up as a coach, but they're going to be a preferred customer. I have a few slides on it. I need to post them so everybody can see it, but that is coming. So just as an FYI. Yeah, and you can do it however you want to. The only reason I said the challenge pack is just because, you know, if you, for instance, wanted to buy, like if you were wanting Shakeology or something like that, like you could buy it that way and sign them up as a coach. But if you want to just pay the $40, that's totally fine too. And then send an order through their account to make them active. Megan, I can I'll post like a call, like a call of what, like a discount coach, what it looks like. It's really no different than an actual coach. But we do have like a graphic that shows how much money they save and all that good stuff. And I think Carly, that's what she was saying. She'll post kind of what she sends them. So hopefully that'll be helpful too. Someone just asked if military, this is on our text thread, someone asked, do the military individuals get the $40 fee waived or the $15? Both. So they get, if you are active military or spouse of active military or a veteran, you get the $40 sign-up fee completely waived, and you also get the monthly $15 fee completely waived. And then you get 25% off. So it's really a no-brainer for military, just because like it literally costs them nothing to do. So, all right, y'all. Well, let me pray for your week and I'll let you guys go. Thanks so much for being on. If you have any questions, reach out to your upline or any of us. We'd love to help in any way we can. So, Heavenly Father, God, thank you so much for this night. Thank you for these incredible women. Just getting to see them was a highlight to the start of this week, God. I just thank you so much for them and what you're doing in and through them, God. I pray that you would just use them for your glory. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. Thanks, everybody, for being on.
We do a quick picture.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Yay! All right, y'all. Well, have a good night.
Kirby, can you post that?
Yes.
Bye, everybody.